What is it that can bring 13 strangers together like this in a foreign country?
All right, what are we thinking?
In a place known for adrenaline and outdoor adventures. But it's really not either one of those things.
So have a good time, all right? Stay tuned. Let's have a good night.
You might have an idea, and this place is definitely known for that. Now, New Zealand is known for a lot of things. You know, outdoors, beautiful mountains. But another thing they're known for is wine. But we're going to take you through some of New Zealand wine country in this episode of Window Seat. When you think of New Zealand, nature is probably the first thing that comes to mind. Or perhaps outdoor adventures. I mean, Queenstown is the birthplace of the bungee jump. But wine is also huge in New Zealand. And if you know us, you know we are suckers for a good wine tour. I mean, we've taken them in Bordeaux, France.
We'll go to a third place, we'll go to second chateau.
We went to South America and explored the Maipo Valley of Chile.
We're in this to win this, and we're going to get it together. They had some great wines too. That Malbec was fantastic.
Merlot.
And that Merlot was fantastic.
We've also hit up California, Colorado, and the Republic of Georgia, considered by some the birthplace of wine. So when in New Zealand, this was an absolute must. Now, when you think of New Zealand wine, your first thought is probably the Sauvignon Blancs that come from the Marlborough Valley on the northern part of the South Island. Now, that's all well and delicious, but we're hopping on a bus in Queenstown with 10 of our newest friends and exploring the Central Otago region, known for some great Pinots, especially Pinot Noir, as well as it being the southernmost winemaking region in the entire world.
So this is the perfect time to give everything a little taste.
After about 30 minutes on the road, we arrive at our first stop, Gibbston Valley Winery.
Ready to go taste some wine? I'm ready. Give me all the wines.
Now, before we head to do the wine drinking portion of this stop, we do have to wander through the on-site cheesery. Because what pairs better with wine than cheese?
In total, it's 5 weeks for the harvest. We start with the white, and then we'll go for Pinot Noir.
This is a pretty well-oiled operation here. Plus, it's actually a resort you can stay at, secluded in the valley outside of Queenstown, along with the oldest vineyards in the region. They also boast the largest wine cave in all of New Zealand. I mean, this is something Batman would be jealous of.
2019, this one?
Oh, this is great.
And it is in here we get to do almost all of our wine tastings for this location.
Cheers.
Save for one more glass back in the main restaurant. Since the pours today will be a bit on the lighter side, one more glass before heading off to the next location. Now, if you are staying in this region, you can rent bikes and go wine touring that way as well. It is quite popular.
Absolutely beautiful, very tasty. The wine cave cellar was a surprise and delight. I didn't think we were going to be seeing that. Got some great photos, met some great people, and yeah, having a good time.
What can I say? The reserve was amazing. Let's go to 3 more.
Now, this next spot is the biggest. Well, biggest in boutique terms. And our favorite on this tour, Kinross Winery. Now, this is also a wine region resort not far down the road from our last stop.
Has anyone been to Kinross before?
Once again, the reds are the stars for these wineries. But they do have a number of whites if that's what you're into. Also, this is a unique stop for another reason. They also act as the cellar door for 4 other wineries.
They're boutique, they do not have their own cellar doors or tasting rooms. They do make their own wine, they have their own vineyards, and they're all local.
Now, you can book specific tastings for the smaller vineyards here, or you can do like us and just try a number of different ones.
This might be my favorite Pinot so far. There's just like an extra texture or earthiness or something going on here that's better. Not too sweet, smooth. It's really good.
It's got like a smoky, like spicy.
There's something extra.
Yeah. It's great.
You even get a brief bio of the owners of the different wineries.
We have the dogs, Otto and Fritz.
From Kinross to Hawkshead to Valley,
No, this is delicious.
High Garden, and last but not least, Wild Irishman. For wine aficionados, that name may sound familiar. This little winery won the world's best Pinot Noir at the International Wine Challenge in London 4 times. I don't care who you are, that's pretty impressive. And it's also why we were excited to get a taste of that in particular.
Yeah, it's tasty.
Yeah,
This last one is fantastic.
The tasting was followed by lunch in the restaurant here. Now, if you come here, don't sleep on the pizza. We split 3 different kinds of them. And what can I tell you other than they were all incredibly delicious? And that's not the wine talking either. Finish it up with a little serenade for Drew on his birthday.
Happy birthday, dear Drew. Happy birthday to you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
And then it's just a short ways down the road to our third stop.
So during this tour, you'll get about 4 stops, depending on which one you choose. But for number 3, the wine has been great. The food has been excellent. So far, we very much recommend. We'll keep this going. We'll see how this goes.
This is Mount Rosa. Back in the late 90s, they moved the sheep to different land and planted some vines to start a family-owned winery 25 years ago. And they are fluent in sarcasm, as we found out.
Oh, for goodness sake, it's people from Denver that we have the main problem. Okay, we're going to move on to our next wine.
It's always interesting to hear about each of the wines at the stops, but our host here was top-notch with stories and humor along the way.
2019 Pinot Noir. I'll talk about some of you fellas. Yeah, so she's a real beauty, this one. Just a beautifully balanced wine. Sort of wine you could sit down of an afternoon, drink this, before you know it, the evaporation factor would take over and it would just disappear. It's amazing how that happens.
The wine tasted great, and this was also the time the group really started to come together. Then it was on to our last stop for the day, just across the street basically. Now, if this looks like a tiny old church to you, well, there's a reason for that.
History Church was a Presbyterian church built in 1894. It comes from a little town called Wongaloa. It's no longer operating as a church. So the year 2000, our neighbor bought it and brought it here so he could do exactly as we're doing, a place for people to have a drink, a bite to eat, and enjoy themselves.
The church cellar door shows the care and love of wine and what it means for the region.
Stays in mature French oak for 18 months versus 12.
Now, they don't produce any wine here, but they are a cellar door, as the name implies, for some small local wineries. And just a great way to cap off a great day.
It was a great wine tour. There were so many good wines, so much variety. I mean, met some great folks. It's just exactly what you want on a day like today.
Before, we're back in Queenstown, enjoying the wonder that is New Zealand, with a group of new friends. That's it for this episode of Window Seat. Please let us know in the comment section below if you like what we saw. Obviously, we couldn't get everywhere, so please let us know where it is, what you may like. And if you could do us a favor and hit like or subscribe, we greatly appreciate that as we try to travel around the world, share our stories of making friends and just seeing the world. It's very important to us, and we would like you to join us along this journey. We'll be back next week this time at 6 a.m. Mountain Time, USA, with another video. But in the meantime, hope you check out one of these other episodes from Window Seat.